and you don't have time to take breaks, and now everything must be done. When is it going to be done? Because you're busy waking up at 1. Be better than me. Do as I say, not as I do.
Hey.
Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dimpo for those of you who don't know, and this is Vitamin D. So this will be another video of our Matric study series, and yeah, today we're just going to be discussing the day before the exam. So this is 24 hours before your exam. You're writing your exam tomorrow, ne? This is everything that you need to do in order to be alert for the next day, to be on your best game. Basically, the exam writing process starts 24 hours before you write your actual exam. So yeah, just a few things to say. I know I look tired. Let's just pretend I don't, okay? And also, thank you to everyone who's been following the series so far. I see all of you guys' comments. I like them all. You know I respond to them all. But if you need any further clarity, please just pop a comment down below. Or you can send me a DM on my Instagram, like duh. My Instagram and all my social media links will be put in the description below, so you guys can contact me and I'll respond, you know? So if you guys like this video, be sure to like it and comment and subscribe and turn on that post notification bell. Turn it on, okay? What are you doing if it's not on? So I'm gonna try my best to poop out these videos in the next week for you guys, because I know it's about crunch time. But without further ado, let us get into this video. This is 24 hours before your exam, okay? So tip number 1 is going to be to, I have the notes out for you guys again. Tip number 1 is to wake up early. This is so important because the time you wake up literally sets the tone for your whole day, right? And you know the day before the exam, this is crunch time, this is, hey, you have to be prepared. So you have to wake up early, okay? And when I mean wake up early, I'd say 7 is a good time. You can even do 8 if you're feeling extra confident. But seeing as you guys, I'm sure school starts at like 7:30 as a standard. 7 a.m. is a good time to wake up. And then, you know, get yourself ready for the day. And then sit down in front of the books, okay? This gives you time to take breaks, you know. It gives you time to structure your day properly. If you're busy waking up at 10, 12, you probably won't even have like the 12 hours you need, or the regular 12 hours you have in a day before it's time to sleep again. You know what I'm saying? You don't have enough time to do anything, and you don't have time to take breaks, and now everything must be done. When is it going to be done? Because you're busy waking up at 1. When is it going to be done, guys? Wake up early, okay? Sharp. So that's the first tip for you guys. So the second tip I have for you guys is, after you've woken up, you're now awake and ready to study, don't touch the coffee. Do not take any substances, okay? Do not take any unnatural, performance enhancing, concentration enhancing substances. Stay away from the caffeine. Don't touch the coffee. Stay away from the Consider. Don't touch it. Stay away from the Turbo Bites. Stay away from the BioPlus. Don't touch anything. This is for the day before the exam and on the day of the exam, guys. You do not want to be taking anything. And I know it's kind of like hypocritical for me to say, because I literally lived off BioPlus in Matric, and I know it's the culture, guys. I know it's hard times. You have to stay awake. You have to be on your 110%, you know, focus level. But don't do it, guys. I'm telling you. Those things can make you jittery, they can make you anxious, they can really mess up your whole day. So please, guys, I beg, you can do it, mess around before, but the day before the exam and the day of the exam, you don't touch any of it, please, guys. Tip number 3 is, listen, you're writing this exam in 24 hours. There's no time to be studying new content, Sissy. You cannot be doing it, okay? This is not the time to study. So tip number 3 is basically to, guess what? Do your past papers. This is the time when you should practice and this is the time when you should look over your mistakes, okay? Do your past papers, but you're not doing the first one today. You should start doing past papers, I'd say, at least 3 days before the exam. That's when you start picking up past papers, okay? 3 days, ideally a week, or even when you start practicing. Past papers are also a good way to see what you don't know, and then that's the stuff that you can start with, the stuff that you don't know, okay? But on the day of the exam, you're doing your past papers. You are not studying new content, okay? It's okay if maybe you haven't really gone over the content, so it's not really fresh in your mind. Then you can go over to refresh it the day before the exam. But you must know what's going on. You can't study it from scratch, a topic that you know nothing about the day before the exam. No, not to say that you shouldn't study the day before the exam, but if you're studying, it's to refresh your memory, not to create the memory. Do you know what I'm saying? So do not do any studying the day before the exam. Do your past papers, okay? So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is, once you've done your past papers, mark them all. Go over your mistakes, and remember in a previous video I told you to keep a log of all the mistakes that you've made. So you literally take out a pen and you take out paper, you write down the numbers and you write down what mistakes you've made, okay? You guys probably can't see, but like, you understand the concept, right? You're writing down the numbers, you're writing down the mistakes you've made, so now you have a list of your mistakes. That's what you're gonna go over the day before the exam and the day of the exam, okay? The morning of the exam. So you're gonna go over your mistakes, go through all your past papers, go through your prelim mistakes the day before the exam. Make a mental note of them, see the comments that you've made for yourself. Make sure you don't do it the day of the exam, okay? So you're going through that list, going through your mistakes and remembering how not to make them again, okay guys? So that's tip number 4 now, I think. And then tip number 5, I feel like this might just be a very, very short video. Yeah, it's just to revise everything, okay? So you've written your notes. There's no writing notes the day before the exam. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know I've done it, but I know how ineffective it is. That's why I'm saying, be better than me. Do as I say, not as I do. So revise your notes. You're not writing them on the day before the exam. Revise your notes. Go through your notes. Go through the important points that you pointed out for yourself. And yeah, that's basically it, okay? Okay, so once you've revised everything while you're doing this, tip number 6 that I have for you guys is going to be to take breaks, okay? Don't skip out on breakfast. Don't skip out on lunch. Don't skip out on dinner. Take those as your breaks, and take additional breaks if you need to, but don't take too long, like breaks that are too long, okay? That's not gonna work for anyone and you're gonna get distracted. So take your time to eat, don't starve yourself, and don't try and sit at a table for 8 hours straight without moving just in front of the books. Don't stress yourself out too much, because it's very easy to get in the wrong state of mind, and that can really mess you up, you know? So try not to stress yourself out too much. Take breaks, okay? So that's tip number 6. And this is not really like a prep tip, but like, yeah. Okay, so that's tip number 6. And then tip number 7, which I feel like is kind of an obvious thing, but something a lot of us don't do, is to go to bed early. So my ideal bedtime in Matric was 10 p.m. and I'd wake up, I'd say, at like perhaps 6. So I don't know how many hours of sleep that is. 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. That's 7 hours of sleep, which was a good amount for me. If you need 8 hours of sleep, go to bed at 9, because you're gonna be waking up at 6. Trust me, you wanna wake up early on the day of your exam also, because you don't wanna be rushing and stressing yourself out, okay? So you need, I'd say, at least 7 hours of sleep. You can do 6 if you know yourself, but try for 7 or 8. That's the ideal time that you should, the ideal time periods you should be sleeping in. So go to bed early, make sure that you're prepared, okay? But another tip with going to bed early is going to be, if you're feeling restless the night before the exam, don't just lay there in bed and hope the sleep will come. Get out of bed, go through your notes again, do something to tire yourself out, go back in bed. It's better to have like deep sleep than a wavering sleep when really you're in the bed by 10, but you're not sleeping at 10, and you're in the bed chilling there for an hour waiting for the sleep to come. It's not coming. Just because you're in the bed doesn't mean that the sleep is doing anything for you. It's not benefiting you in any way because you're still awake, basically. So you're not sleeping. You're not getting your 7 hours or 8 hours. Do something to tire yourself out. Come back. Try again. You got this, okay? And yeah, the next day you'll end up feeling refreshed because you didn't take any caffeine, which actually also messes up your sleep cycle, okay? You didn't take any other caffeine containing substances such as Bioplus. You didn't take Concerta. Concerta can make you agity. I know my brother used to take it, so I know Concerta is not really it's not a friend of sleep. So that's why I say don't take anything the day before your exam, and hopefully you can get your 7 hours minimum of sleep, okay? 8 hours ideal amount of sleep. So tip number 7 is going to be to pack all the things you need for your exam. You have to do this the day before. You don't want to do it in the morning. You're gonna forget something. You're gonna stress yourself out. You're gonna keep thinking about what you're forgetting. Meanwhile, you're not forgetting anything. Now you're getting stressed. So pack everything before your exam. Lay out all your color pencils, highlighters, pens. Make sure you have at least 2 pens that work. At least 2, okay? Put out your erasers. Keep a ruler, even though the likelihood of you actually needing to use it is quite slim. If you have it and you need it, you'll be grateful that it's there, okay? Keep a ruler, your pens, pencil, razor, calculator. Yeah, that's about it. And highlighters, okay? Highlighters are useful in exams, okay? So that's tip number 7. Pack all your things in your bag, ready to go for exam day before you go to bed, okay? And this includes your notes, because on the morning of, you're also going to revise your notes, which is what I did, okay? But you're not going to do too much heavy revising, just like running through it quickly. But I'll make another video of the morning of the exam, and then another video of the actual exam, okay? Doing all of these tips will give you that extra confidence that you need for your exam, okay? This is so important to be prepared for your exam, because honestly, nerves can really make or break an exam. For real, they really can, guys. So it's very important to be prepared. As I keep stressing, you have to be prepared. And the day before the exam, you don't study anything new. You don't stress yourself out. You take it easy and you revise. That is the best possible advice I can give you guys for how to prep the day before your exam. So I hope you guys liked that video. If you do like it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on those post notifications. Until the next video, this is a bye from me.